You're in the market, you want to buy a new espresso machine, you're not sure to go either with the Breville, it's been here for a long time, it's owned this space for a long time, and you've got a newcomer Ninja going into that space and solving some of the issues of Breville. But has it solved all the problems and is it going to outperform? Well, we put them to the test head to head to see which one wins. Watch the full video before you end up buying one. So, what are the differences? What are the things that they have in common? First of all, they both are going to give you the basic needs to pull and extract great espressos time after time. The Breville has been in this space for a long time. It's owned this space. And people that own a Breville will swear by it. They won't even look at the Ninja. They won't even consider it. But you know what? There's a lot of newcomers that are actually buying the Ninja and loving it right out of the box. So we thought, let's put it to the test and see which one we like better after having used the Breville literally almost a decade. The basics are all the same. They both have different compartments to hold your beans. Ninja has stepped that up a little bit. It's a little bit tighter, more airtight compartment for your beans. And they've actually done one up on the Breville. It's UV protected. So it keeps your beans fresh, maybe a little bit longer. They both hold about the same amount of beans. They both have your water compartments in the back. The Ninja is much easier to access. They're both removable, but you can get to the Ninja one when you need to refill it much faster. As far as size, the Breville looks a little bit smaller, but honestly, it's kind of the same because once you take this into consideration, it's actually about the same height, if not a little bit higher than your Ninja. As far as the width, again, they're both about the same, except on the Ninja, you've got the compartment to hold the funnel and your tamper. So once you put those in, it's actually a little bit wider than your Breville. And as far as the depth, again, they're almost the same in depth. So size is not really an issue here. And it's not that one is smaller or larger than the other one. You're going to need about the same counter space for either one. As far as all the different bells and whistles, well, right off the bat, the Ninja has a lot more to offer for that same amount of money, maybe actually a few dollars less than your entry level Breville. So right there, you look at it and say, I get so much more with this one, but is it giving you the exact same consistent level shots? Is it pulling them and extracting them to where it needs to be? So one of the things to point out with Breville out of the box, this thing is going to give you great coffee, but to set it up and to get that dialed in initially, it's going to take you a few hours. It's going to take you watching a bunch of videos, going through all the steps, and then dialing it in. And even at that, you're not dialed in 100%, and you're going to need to recalibrate this machine from time to time to make sure that it's the closest to the extraction you need, especially if you're going to be changing the beans from time to time. Making sure that from the inception point, it's starting off with really addressing every aspect of your espresso, starting with the water. So first you do the strip test, which is really easy to set up, takes 3-4 minutes. Once you do that, the calibration here actually is a smart calibration system where it tunes it in for you. So the first 3 to 5 times, it's going to continue to calibrate based on the beans, based on how oily the beans are, how dry they are. And then it's going to give you that grind recommendation. And thereafter, it continues to give you that, especially when you're picking through the different types of drinks, whether you want espresso, if you want a cold press, or if you want your iced coffee or over ice or just a coffee drink. This one, it's just pulling after the initial setup. It's pulling great shot after great shot after great shot. I don't have to really worry about which button I'm pressing. I know my drink. I don't have the option to get any cold press or iced coffee with this one. With the different seasons and whatnot, or what type of mood I'm in, I do have that option to just say, you know what, today I feel like changing this and going with a cold press rather than a hot espresso. So I was quite impressed by the setup of how easy it is to froth your milk, to make sure that, you know, depending on what kind of drink you're having, if you just want hot milk or foam or extra foamy, cold foam even, it gives you all that. And quite honestly, even though it's not your traditional type of foaming or pulling your milk, it's, you know, you've got a little spinner at the bottom here that's doing half the work for you. The taste and the flavor is all there. There's not, to my level of taste, I can't taste the difference between this one here and the one that it's giving you half the help from the spinner there. So really, this is really impressive on it. The fact that I want an Americano between the two machines, this one is just so much simpler. It's so much easier to do that. So on this, there's multiple steps. The one thing that I found myself doing with this is really having to press a lot of buttons, make a lot of decisions as to what do I feel like having today because there's more options with it, and then continuously changing the actual grind level to what it's recommending because it's always going again up and down based on what I'm drinking. And then there's a lot of parts to be cleaned, even though some of them, like the actual frother here, will self clean when you push it down. There's still a lot of steps there's a lot of additional parts that I need to keep clean. Where with this, it's just basically your simple workhorse. I'm going to actually pull two shots here next to each other to give you kind of an indication of the creme that you get from each one of them, how long each one of them takes. And let's just see. And then I'll do a quick taste. We've done a ton of these tastes on our own, but I'll do another test on the taste test on the video to give you guys my true input again as to what I think outperforms. So here we go. We'll start with this one here. The first thing you want to do is go ahead and just go on the espresso. You're telling it what kind of drink you want first. Then based on that, it's already giving me the recommendation. I've already changed this to the current recommendation, which is 17. One thing I do want to point out, I would have loved to have seen a button here or programmable to say, based on the smart sequence of this, of choosing the grind, I like to always just go based on the recommendation instead of each time having me to say, do I want this or not? And change it to that. Just give me a button that says, I'm going to go based on your recommendation every single time. That would save me a few seconds every day, but it adds up. Just makes it that much simpler. So let's pull a double shot. Here's the funnel. Snap that on, slide it in. See that right there? It says start grind. It just takes a second, giving you the indication of when it's done. So that's done. Let's pull one here. Okay, now here's the grind process of the Breville. So a little bit faster, but as you can see, I do get a little bit of the actual espresso shots around here, where when I pull this one, because of that funnel, I got a little bit back there, but that's about it. So right off the bat, I could put a funnel on this, but this kind of makes it a little bit of a difference because this keeps the whole counter space a lot cleaner for me as I'm going through the process. They suggest leaving the funnel on for this one as I'm tamping it down. You do want to kind of even it out and then go ahead and press that down. And I usually do it twice because you get a little bit of the residue from the funnel that falls down. And I do want to have that completely evened out. With this, same thing. You want to kind of even that out. This one is more of your traditional tamping method, where it's the pressure that you kind of get used to over time, knowing how much to press down, where this one is actually set up for you. It's a preset. When you get to that level of pressure, it kind of snaps down and you know you're done. This one's a little bit tighter to push over. They're both tight, but this one is definitely a little tighter. And then with this, I don't have the ability to move this up or down. I've got only one section here for it that I can, one level. Where with this is the highest level I've got it on. And I do have the option for larger or smaller glasses there. So here we go. Double espresso, and we'll start both at the same time. I want to make sure I got that precisely under. These are smaller espresso cups. That's a lot faster. This is still going. So we're pretty much done with our shot from Breville before we even get anything out of the Ninja machine. Look at the creme on this one. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. This is from the Breville. Look at that. So you want to wait for that beep or make sure that it goes to the end of the indication. And this is also impressive creme. You can see a little bit of that color difference. The creme on the Breville is a little bit foamier, where this one is a little bit more flat. So let's taste them now. I'm going to start with the Ninja one. Nice flavor, chocolatey, a little bit of that acidic, and you taste the sweetness of creme right away. Tiny bit smoother on the Breville. I don't know if it's the foaminess of the creme or what, but it's a little bit sweeter than what I'm getting from here. If I gave this to the average person that didn't know which came from what, I don't think there's going to be many people who are going to say definitely like one over the other. You're not going to go wrong with the taste. This one is just, to me, is a tiny bit creamier. And maybe it also has to do with the fact that I'm used to this flavor profile, but you can kind of see again of the type of creme that you're getting. This is just lighter. It has more air in it, I believe, than this one. This is more dense. So the next part I want to show you guys really quick is basically taking these out and dumping them. I found for the cake to be dispensed from the Ninja to be much easier. I don't know why. That's it. 2 taps and it's done. Where with this one, it takes a little bit more and it drips a little bit more. As you can see, I didn't get any drips with the other one. So here's the end result. You can see the cake on this one comes out a lot nicer, a lot cleaner, where there's a little bit of residue of the basket on this one. Particularly, that's the basic espresso shots, pulling them. I think when you get to the other steps, like the frothing and everything else, again, the Breville was much faster on extracting our shot, but it kind of stops there. I can make my Americano with this thing pretty easily. It's got a separate nozzle here for your hot water. This one doesn't, the other models do, and we will test those out as well. But in general, I want to say that if that's all you need, this machine does it for you perfectly. If you're up for taking that time and calibrating this thing to perfection, you've got the patience for it to learn and to put it together, the calibration part of the Breville, and you just want espresso or really great Americanos, this machine is going to perform for you time after time. If you want more, or if you've got multiple members of the family that like different drinks, one person wants coffee, the other one wants espresso, someone else is into, plant-based iced coffee, well, this machine is going to do all that for you. And by the way, their iced coffee drinks, their coffee drinks and the over iced drinks are really impressive. The level of output for your general espresso machine, especially given the fact that Ninja is a newcomer to this segment, it's really impressive for the amount of money that you're spending. The things that I have problems with the Ninja is, one, they've automated so many of these steps for you. They're holding your hand to be a barista that's not trained and still be able to pull shots that are comparable to your coffee shops. But some of the basics and some of the cleaning aspects of this, I feel still needs to be perfected before I choose to have this in my household. And the fact that this model doesn't have an Americano built in and I have to go multiple steps is a deal breaker for me, because that's what we mostly drink at home. But I think if you're just stepping up and it's your first machine and you haven't already dealt with the Breville and are not used to operating with a Breville, the Ninja is a great, great starter to begin with and to actually get familiar with more of that real espresso taste and flavor at home. We're going to test the other ones for you guys. We're going to purchase the one that has the Americano built in. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Please like this video. We're going to bring more and more of these for you guys. And as always, let us know at the bottom of the video what other products or what other things within these machines we can review for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back with more.